Pacific Ocean on the eastern side of the state. Some of the popular rivers in South Carolina are the Savannah River and the Exeter River.
Good morning, class. Today we will be learning about South Carolina. Open your books to page 38. We'll be learning about jobs. Yes, Bella?
I don't have my book.
Well, look off Taylor's. Okay. Excuse me, will someone wake up Valerie? Who would like to read? Taylor?
Education and jobs. Education was not formal. Schedule revolved around farming season. Since children were needed to work in the fields, girls usually stopped attending school around the 6th grade, and boys stopped in 8th. Only privileged boys went to college. Each town only had one school. Main subjects were reading, writing, and arithmetic. The teacher lived near or in the back of the schoolhouse. Children also had chores at school. Jobs. Common professions were silversmiths, glassmakers, and needleworkers. People also worked at glass factories. Other professions were basket and brick makers. Blacksmiths, carpenters, gunsmiths, millers, printers, shoemakers, wheelwrights, and wig makers. People would learn certain craft and became an apprentice.
Now who would like to read the next paragraph? Bella?
County government. This is one of the oldest forms of governments. South Carolina's 46 counties are very representative of how county government has evolved nationally. Legally, the county is a creation of state government.
Now who would like to read the next paragraph? Valerie?
Religion. South Carolina is not dominated by a specific religion, which gave way to religious freedom for Baptists, Anglicans, and others. Refer to the religion in the colonies. The Catawba, the Petee,
The Edisto,
the Chicora, and the Chicora-Waccamaw tribes are all still present in South Carolina, as are many descendants of the Cherokee tribe. When the Lords Proprietors established on English settlement in 1670, they developed Carolina as an extension on earlier 17th century English colonization projects in North America and the Caribbean. By the early 1720s, the colony's economy revolved around an expanding plantation system and network of intercolonial exchange between the Caribbean, Chesapeake, and New England. In carrying this plantation system, primarily relied on enslaved African laborers to procure cash crops such as rice and indigo for export. After 1708, the colony even featured a black population majority.
The Cherokee War, or the Cherokee Rebellion, was a conflict between British forces in North America and Cherokee Indian tribes during the French and Indian War. The British and the Cherokee had been allies to the start of the war, but each party had suspected that other betrayals. Tensions between British American settlers and the Cherokee increased during the 1750s, culminating in open hostiles in 1758. Over 200 battles and skirmishes of the Revolutionary War were fought in South Carolina. The first decisive victory of the Revolutionary War involving land and naval forces was won at Fort Moultrie near Charleston. The battles of King Mountain and Cowpens are considered by many to be turning points of the Revolution. The first shots of the Civil War were fired at Fort Sumter in the Charleston Harbor on April 12, 1861. Territory of Carolina divided into North and South in 1712. 1786, the capital moved from Charleston to Columbia.
South Carolina's climate is humid and subtropical with long summers and short mild winters. The average temperature in winter is 32 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit and 70 to 92 in summer. On average, the state receives about 49 inches of precipitation every year. Snow only occurs in the mountains
of South Carolina and was great for growing tobacco and eventually cotton. This is one of the main reasons for establishment.
Some important people from South Carolina are Andrew Jackson, who was born in Lancaster County, South Carolina, who was the 7th President of the United States. Thomas Lynch Jr., 1749 to 1779, born in Georgetown, signer at the Declaration of Independence. Charles Craven, 1682 to 1754, governor of colonial South Carolina during the Tuscarora War and Jameson War.
The first permanent colony was established in 1670 at Albemarle Point under William Sale. To govern it, John Locke and others wrote the fundamental Constitution of Carolina. Most colonists were Barbados slaves and from England.
South Carolina was first settled by the Spanish in 1526 and was known as San Miguel de Guadalupe. In 1623, King Charles II of Britain gave the colony to his supporters.
He gave the land to the Lord Proprietors, who were named after the proprietaries of North and South Carolina.
The 8 Lord Proprietors were Edward Hyde, George Monk, William Craven, John Berkeley, Anthony Ashley Cooper, Sir George Carteret, Sir William Berkeley, and Sir John Clinton.
South Carolina has many rivers, and in South Carolina, okay, right there. The Atlantic Ocean on the eastern side of the state. South Carolina
Bad lighting, I can't even look.
has many rivers, and South Carolina also borders the Atlantic Ocean on the eastern side. I'm jumping in a river. Some of the popular.
Switching spots, I know this by now.
And exit over there. I can't see anything because the sun! It didn't send me anywhere, guys.
Establishment.
Timber!
Of precipitation every year. Snow only occurs in the mountains where South Carolina was great for growing tobacco and eventually cotton. That is one of the main reasons for establishment.
Shut up! Don't even put that chip in your mouth.
I'm sick of this. Take your chocolate chunks. I don't want them. Oh my god. And wig makers. People would love. Shut up. Go!